Hi, I'm Jer. Welcome to Kill-Divill, where we focus on rum and cocktails. Today we are going to make grog. Now, don't confuse this for the tiki drink called Navy Grog. That's a different video. Instead, this is Historical Grog. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. There's going to be a bit of history in this one, so if you want to skip that, the timestamps are down below so you can go right to the recipe. Otherwise, here's that history. Most people associate grog with pirate cliches or from the drink that you get in the trash can in the basement of fraternity houses at parties. However, grog actually has a long history. During colonial times, and even before that, on long ocean voyages, sailors would have to take all their drinking water with them. You can't drink ocean water, it just doesn't work. It'll poison you and die. And you will die, not the water will die. Okay, the problem with bringing all your drinking water with you is that stagnant water can go bad. So they'd also bring wine and beer so that when the water went bad, they could drink the beer and the wine. However, beer and wine can also go bad, so they would also bring hard alcohol to mix with the water to help sterilize it so they could continue drinking it. Originally, the British Navy used gin and brandy. However, in 1655, they took Jamaica from the Spanish and rum started working its way onto British ships. Eventually, all British ships, at least in the Navy, used rum instead of the other spirits. And all sailors got what was called the rum ration, also known as a tot. The problem with giving hard alcohol to sailors with nowhere to go is drunkenness. Some sailors would save up all their rum ration to drink all at one go, and that would lead to drunken and disorderly conduct and disciplinary actions and all sorts of problems. So in 1740, an admiral in the United Kingdoms, or England's, I guess, the British Navy, dictated that all sailors needed to be given their rum ration mixed with water. This did a couple of things. Number one, it helped hydrate the crew so they wouldn't just get drunk drinking rum. Number two, the rum disinfected the water so they could continue drinking the water. Number three, alcohol and water don't mix that well, so the alcohol content of the rum would evaporate out pretty quickly, which mitigated the high quantities of drinking all at the same time. The volume of fluid they had to drink would fill up their tummy, so they couldn't drink so much hard alcohol at the same time, and so on and so forth. This was a good thing all around as far as the Admiralty was concerned. The sailors didn't like it so much. So they nicknamed this drink after Admiral Vernon and called it grog. The reason they called it grog was that Admiral Vernon used to wear a grogram coat, and he was called O'Grogram for this coat, and yeah, that's it. I'm basically it. For those of you who don't know what grogram is, and this is not a fabrics class, but it's a mixture of mohair, silk, and wool. Note that old grogram, and that's a hard word to say, also specified that people could, or sailors that is, could purchase a little bit of lime juice and sugar to make their grog more palatable. And that is grog. A quick note on the rum. I'm going to be using Pusser's rum, and Pusser's is made based on the original formula that the British Navy used for their rum rations. At a certain point, they stopped giving out the rum rations, and they stopped making this rum, and so this is a recreation, 30 years later. So this seems like a good one to use for a historical grog. Another good choice, if you don't have access to Pusser's, is Jamaican rum. Because the British got most of their rum from Jamaica, initially, putting a Jamaican rum in a historical grog seems like a great idea as well. If you don't have a Jamaican rum, you can try any rum that you want, really. I'm not going to be picky. Note that the lower the quality of rum, the less you're going to enjoy this drink. Before we make this drink, a quick note. This is not the tastiest thing. In fact, some people, like my wife, don't like it at all. I, however, find it refreshing, especially on a hot summer day when you're sitting around or working in the yard or sailing on a ship with nothing but other men to sit by you in cramped quarters. I think a historical grog is very good. But just know, it's not the best tasting thing. So let's make a historical grog. In here I've got 1 cup of water, which is 8 ounces, which is 240 milliliters. To this, to make a 1-to-4 ratio, I'm going to add 2 ounces of rum. And 2 ounces of rum is 60 milliliters. Splash, nice. To this, I'm going to pretend I'm a very cost-conscious sailor, and I'm going to add 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. Chances are, on the ships, they did not use lime juice. They just squeezed the lime in there. Finally, sugar. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of sugar. I don't know how much sugar they had access to, but 2 seems like a good proportion to me. 2 tablespoons. And 2 tablespoons is 30 milliliters. I'm going to give this a stir. Ideally, you might like the sugar to dissolve. I personally like a little bit of crunchy of the sugar at the bottom, but that's just me. Do what you like. Next, I'm going to get some ice. Ice in hand, I'm going to fill up the glass with ice. Again, during colonial times, probably no ice, but we're modern people. Let's be modern about this. Ice is very useful. And that's it. Some people say that you can garnish this with a lime wedge or a lime wedge or a lime wheel. I prefer without, but that's, again, me. Do what you like, and enjoy your Navy grog with straw if you'd like. Yeah, drink with good spirits.